Hey guys, this is me, Brandy, and welcome back to Astro-Tarot Research. So today we're going to do a general 2020 love prediction. That's right, we're doing the whole vibe for 2020. I think I've done like a first person you'll date or several dates or something like that, but this is just a general for the entire year of 2020. So we have 6 piles for you guys to choose from. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, pile number 5, and pile number 6. So sit back, relax, and choose. And oh, also the way I've set this up is very similar to how I did the last reading where I incorporated the astrology houses. So I think I'm going to continue that method for now. I just kind of feel like it works for me and it's just my vibe and it's interesting. And I hope you like this sort of environment more. Hopefully I can decorate this as time moves on, but this is just the quietest place in this house. So let's get started and let's go. I have nothing else to add. All right, guys, if you've chosen pile number 1, let's get started on your love prediction for 2020. We have the 6 of Swords, so we already know that we're entering just a completely new vibe. The Ace of Pentacles. This is for your first house, your 5th house, 7th house, and 9th house. So this is the Page of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So you yourself, in terms of a person, it's interesting how we don't have like any like cups or fire, so it's like not a lot of like super emotional spiritual connection or like not a lot of passion here. It's like you're thinking when it comes to your love life very practically. So this would be like if you were looking for someone who had a stable job or looking someone who had the same like values as you, which could be like, oh, I believe in, I don't know, I want to have like 3 kids or something like that, or I want to live in the suburbs, or I want to, I don't know, raise my kids in a certain religion. It's like you're looking for someone who has the same sort of beliefs and values, or someone who, you know, believes that money isn't everything, or maybe money is everything. It's just like you're looking for someone who has those qualities in 2020. Just someone who you can like relate to in that manner. So when we have the first house representing you, it's like saying you're moving in general away from all of the nonsense that you've had to deal with in the past, because when we have the 6 of Swords, it's coming out of that 5 of Swords energy, and 5 of Swords is kind of like being undervalued, not appreciated, as well as sort of like having other people take advantage of you, as well as maybe you may have taken advantage of others. In some cases that does happen. You know, we live, we learn, but it's just saying that you're now in a position where you're saying, okay, I don't want to be in that sort of conflict, in that sort of drama field, or that area of life where it felt like I always had to be in my guard and I couldn't trust people or something like that. You're like, I want to get to an area of my life where I can meet people who are compatible, who have a similar way of thinking, who have a similar sense of purpose, who value themselves in a similar way, because, you know, some people could value themselves based off their appearance. Some people could value themselves based off their skill set. Some people could value themselves based off of their ability to socialize. You would like someone to, I guess, share your value system. However that is, that's what's going to happen here. So that's what you'll be looking forward to in 2020. For the 5th house, which is like romance in terms of like creativity, but in this case we all know it, this is a love prediction, so we're thinking in terms of like romance. It's like kind of like dating, like early stages. If you've chosen this pile and you're in a relationship, then it's basically saying that you and your partner are kind of like rekindling things. It's more like you guys are doing more practical things for each other, doing things where you feel like this person may need something, so you're going to take care of it, or this person, giving this person some sort of gift, giving this person some sort of more time, giving them more attention. It's like, when I get the Ace of Pentacles, it's like doing stuff for a person, or it's like buying something for them. It's just a lot of practical effort, making time for people, because the Ace of Pentacles and Pentacles in general deal with the real world. It deals with things you can touch, feel, smell, etc. So whenever we have that, it's like saying, okay, well, now we're going to bring something new into our relationship. Whether that be, you know, let's say you guys decide to have an open relationship. That Ace of Pentacles can mean that. It can mean like we're literally bringing into a physical body into a relationship. Or it could just mean, okay, well, now we're going to cook for each other. We're going to just start cooking in this household because we've been eating out too much. Or maybe it's like saying, okay, we're going to eat out more. We're going to bring in restaurants into our relationship. We're going to bring in nightlife into our relationship, like things you can actually go and do. Maybe we're gonna have movie night now. It's like these are things that I'm experiencing. If you are not in a relationship, the Ace of Pentacles is kind of like my card to say there will be like opportunity for you if you so want it, like if you want it to be there. Ace of Pentacles is not necessarily saying like this is going to lead to a relationship, but it's saying that it can lead to a relationship. All Pentacles kind of represent like this has potential to grow. This is like if I decide to plant this seed, if I decide to water it, if I decide to take care of it, this can go somewhere. But if I decide that I no longer, you know, care about this tree, if this is not what I want, then it'll never grow. It'll never go anywhere, you know, unless someone else decides to take care of it. But this is, you guys know what I'm basically saying, okay? So it's saying that you're going to meet other people, new people. They're going to come into your life and you're going to find them interesting. You're going to say, okay, these are people that I can kind of vibe with. These are people that I sort of understand. These are people that maybe this can go somewhere. Okay, that's what you're starting. So you're starting to get a fresh new start. When we have the Page of Swords representing the 7th house, it's kind of similar to what I said here. Pages and aces both kind of represent new beginnings in a way, more so that obviously the ace and the page. Pages are kind of like, I want to try something new, but it's like you're already on the same path and you're still going the same direction, but you're trying new things along the path. Aces are like, I'm trying a whole new different path, okay? So when we have the Page of Swords, we have you going out there and socializing and meeting new people and keeping things very light and keeping things very flirtatious. When we have the when we have the 7th house being represented by the Page of Swords, we have you sort of interacting with people who have a lot of air sign energy. So if we go by Aquarius and we go by like a Page of Swords version of Aquarius, this would be someone who's kind of like interested in making a change. Maybe somebody who's like, you know, what's the saying now? The word woke. Like it's like like that's an Aquarius vibe, being like very woke. I don't even know how else to explain that. It's just very, very socially aware, socially conscious, but it's the Page of Swords, so they're at the beginning stages of it and they haven't dived deep in it. They just know things need to be changed. If this is like a Gemini energy representing the Page of Swords, then it's representing someone who likes to keep things casual, who likes to talk about topics that maybe other people find superficial, maybe other people just aren't that interested in. This person would be like the person who would do like a lot of small talk, but this is also someone who would kind of dabble in everything because that's what Gemini does. It has a lot of different skills, but because this is the Page of Swords, this is probably someone who hasn't completely mastered those skills. So I'm starting to think that most people in 2020 are going to be like the ones that you're dating are going to be a lot younger than you, or they're going to be a lot less experienced with dating, or just a lot less experienced career-wise, okay? And I say that because with the Page of Swords, you just don't have someone who's highly concentrated on a certain field, or someone who's highly concentrated or experienced with social interactions, okay? This person kind of fumbles, they stutter a lot, they're sometimes a little bit awkward. This is someone who may not always know the right thing to say and when to say it, or this is, when I get the Page of Swords, a lot of time I get someone who can be like an oversharer, or like I said before, it's just someone who likes to kind of talk about like celebrity gossip or something like that. That would be like a Page of Swords energy. The other air sign, my gosh, my brain is slipping. Libra, of course, representing the Page of Swords. Kind of makes sense that we got Page of Swords represent a sword sign in Libra house because Libra is an air sign. So definitely a lot of communication when it comes to dating. That's why I kind of feel like you're going to be more so dating people rather than like actually forming into that relationship this year. Like this is if you're single. But basically what it's saying here, it's saying that if we're going to like a Page of Swords Libra energy, this will be someone who just wants to get to know people, okay? This is like a kind of person, if you say, okay, what are you looking for? They're kind of just like, oh, I'm looking for someone who has the right vibe, or I know what I'm seeing. I'm not really looking for anything committed at the moment, but like we're just gonna see how things go. Like it's just a very nonchalant attitude with the Page of Swords in a Libra position, like a Libra Page of Swords. Am I making sense here? But it's like you're meeting people who aren't looking like for a full-blown commitment. They're not really trying to settle down completely. They want to keep things light and casual. That's mainly what you'll be getting this year. At least it'll come off that way, okay? Because I say that it'll come off that way because when we have the higher form of the fifth house, which is the ninth house. Ninth house is like saying, okay, we're dating, but now there's a contract. So it's like marriage, okay? So basically what it's saying here is more than likely you may be looking for marriage, but that's not what you're getting. But you will get people who will talk about marriage, who will say things about like commitment, but I don't think they really want to commit in that way. They really want to keep things casual and light because they're the Page of Swords here. And if you count the Page of Swords, so this would be their 7th house. So this could be like the equivalent of their 1st house. This would be like the 8th house, and this would be the 2nd house, and this would be their 3rd house. So it's like they're talking about like settling down, making commitments, making promises, thinking about like their careers, probably saying things like, oh, I can do this and for you, and this is how much money I make, and I have this type of job and this type of house. But in reality they don't really have that, okay? They don't, their words and their actions aren't matching up. And let's say if they do have all those things, they aren't really mature about it. It's just like saying like, okay, they have a nice car, they have a nice house, but they want to continue to like, maybe keep things casual, serial date, kind of like talk to this girl or this guy and, have maybe a few different numbers in their phone, you know what I mean? Or you're going to meet people who may feel a little bit inadequate. And I only say that because when we have like this Sword to Pentacles, it's a very turbulent energy. I wouldn't say very turbulent. It sounds like I'm just giving you bad news, but I have to mention that the fact that some people that you may meet may not be as confident. Other people will be able to back up what they say. Like they'll say what they mean, but they just aren't looking to settle down. So I don't know if that's what you're looking for, but if you're looking to keep things super casual in 2020, then this all works out for you. If you're just like, okay, it's fine, I'm just trying to play the field, I've already gotten out of like a relationship, or I've already come from a rough place, I don't really need anything serious right now. Or if you're just like, okay, I'm just looking for someone who I can potentially be serious, we don't actually have to like jump into something this moment, then actually this is a really good energy for you, because you're going to meet a lot of people like that, where they're just like, okay, like I don't want to have kids and do this right now, but like I can definitely see myself doing that in the future. Okay, so 2020 is basically you getting outside of your shell. You are definitely meeting more positive people, more people who have a lot more interesting things to say, more people who are bringing you new experiences, people who are going to be a lot easier to talk to, people who in the long run will want that commitment. It's just like they got to give them some time. And people who, like I said, they aren't that far along in either their careers, and if they are, they just haven't had much dating experience. So be a little bit lenient with that, because they may say a few things and do a few things that are a bit awkward or strange, or they may feel the need to like brag about themselves or hype themselves up a little bit because they don't have that strong sense of self, because they're a Page of Swords. Page of Swords is
They think they know themselves, but they like don't, you know, they're young, okay? They don't really have that sort of self-awareness. So it's just a positive place. Like what I get is just a lot of like going on dates, seeing movies, going to restaurants. Like I get a lot of going to like, I don't know, you know, aquariums, museums, zoos. Like it's just like just things that you haven't done that much in a while. Like what's that thing that, you know, a lot of girls say on like dating profiles? I'm trying to think of it. What was that? I just had it. Adventures. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah. This is like, oh, I'm having adventures, which basically is just saying, oh, I'm doing something outside of my norm. Okay. Which is what you will be doing in 2020 when it comes to dating. But you will encounter some people. You will encounter some people who want to make long-term strides. They're just not in the place to do it right now. But it is a good reading, guys. You're just going to, it's a fun energy. It's a fun, youthful energy. You know, if you're young, everyone, it's like when you date when you're young, everyone kind of thinks, oh, we're going to be together forever. But then you look back and you're like, nah, that was just like a fun, crazy experience, all right? It wasn't like meant to be. That's what this year is kind of going to be like. All right, so that's all I have for you, pile number one. I've said, I'm trying to end this like a billion times, but then things keep coming to me. But I hope you liked the reading. Feel free to comment and subscribe, because if you've made it this long, then you should subscribe, because I think you're going to like the rest of my content. And thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey guys, if you've chosen pile number two, let's just get started on your reading on your love life in 2020. Oh, we have the Hermit. Okay. I already feel like this pile is going to be mad at me, but like we have the Moon. So this is your first house, your fifth house. We have the King of Swords as your seventh house, and we have the Ace of Swords as your ninth house. Okay. So to me, this is very like straightforward. All right. What this is basically saying is for most of 2020, more than likely, you'll be single. Now, if you are not single, then all this is saying is that you're going to do a lot of reflection on your love life. And more than likely, there's going to be a lot of confusion surrounding one person. It looks like you may be either waiting for this person, or you just don't understand their actions. You don't get why they're communicating to you in this way. Like, it's funny to me because, like, we have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is very clear communicator. And I was just talking about the last reading, how this would be their first house, and then the Ace of Swords would be their third house. So this would be their communication house. Your ninth house is their third house. So this person or the people that you meet will be very clear with you. However, it's like there's some kind of fog over what you're hearing and what they're saying. It's like you are not quite understanding the message that they're giving out to you. For you, it'll come off as mixed signals, because when we have the Moon card here representing your fifth house, your house of romance and love, it's like saying one day this person's hot, one day this person cold, one day this person wants to see me, one day this person doesn't, or maybe one day or maybe it's like this, or this person's in the dark, this person doesn't let me know everything about them, this person keeps things hidden from me, this person is such a mystery, this person doesn't open up to me, this, you know, it's like very, you know, unclear to you. It's just not, it's not the most I'm happy, excited placement, right? However, this person, whoever this person is, it could be multiple people, but I just got the King of Swords in that person position. It's funny how we got the Page of Swords for the first one, and we got the King of Swords for this one. So you guys are all meeting like very logically minded sort of people. But even though you're sort of feeling like you're getting mixed signals, or maybe you feel like you're being left in the dark, or maybe this person is just like this huge mystery to you, this person's actually very straightforward. This person, whoever it is that you're meeting, that you may feel like maybe you feel like this person is not telling you everything. Like maybe you ask them how their weekend, and they're like, oh, my weekend was good. I went to the movies, and then I went shopping, and you're like, oh my god, this person can't just gone to the movies and gone shopping. This person is not telling me something. They, you know what, they're seeing somebody else. They've got to be dating other people. Like, what are they doing with the rest of their time? The movies don't take that much time. Shopping doesn't take that much time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your brain will be in overdrive because you're in the hermit mode. And when we have the hermit, like, literally, this is the next card following the moon. It's like saying your thinking is clouded. Your judgment is, you're following more so your feelings, more so than logic, which is not bad. It's like, it's just a different way to go about things. However, in this case and scenario in 2020, it's just going to lead to a lot of confusion when it comes to your love life. It's going to bring you into this state where you feel like things are just good one day, bad the next, or you feel like maybe you know someone and then you learn something about them and you're like, oh, I don't know this person at all. Or you feel like, oh my god, this person is so wishy-washy with me. This person doesn't really, this person is not consistent in their behavior. Like I said, I don't know what it is, but it's like in 2020, you're going to be a little bit in your feelings, okay? Like, and I think it's because, you're a person who overthinks or is very analytical. So every sort of little thing, what they say to you, how they say it, like you're the type of person who may, you know, look at a text message and be like, then take it to your friend. And, what does this mean? What do they think they're saying here? Like, why are they using exclamation points instead of periods? Or why are they using periods instead of exclamation points? What's this ... mean? Like, you may be the type of person who just kind of like overanalyzes everything. And it's kind of gonna work a little bit against you in 2020. But there are some positives here, because the positive is you are going to meet some people who, even though you may think they possibly might be playing games, they actually won't be playing games. This is going to be a little bit different than before, because you're going to be like the, maybe this isn't different, but I'm just going to say this is going to be like, you're going to be like the real quiet one, the one who's like observing and listening, while you're going to have the other person who's going to be kind of doing most of the communication, putting in most of the effort, as well as like reaching out to you, trying to get to know you. And it's kind of like this person is like saying, you're going to meet people who want to get to know you. And from their perspective, you're the one who's like in the shadows. You're the one who isn't completely open. I'm not going to say they think you're mysterious. They more so would probably think you're like shy or just quiet or soft-spoken rather than mysterious. You're the one thinking they're mysterious, but they are going to see you as like, okay, other people are going to see you as someone who's very soft-spoken, very shy, and they're going to want to get to know you and want you to sort of like open up. And you're going to meet a lot of people who have more female friends. So if you're interested in guys, these guys are going to have female friends. If you're interested in women, these women are going to mainly have more women friends. They're also more than likely going to have either a few roommates, or like they're going to maybe own a home. And I say that because when we have like the moon in the 5th house, that's like in their 11th house. And usually people I've met who have their moon in the 11th house, it's like, oh my God, their hopes and wishes is to sort of have property, and they usually get it. They usually have that wish come true. So depending on your age, maybe this person is in the process of getting a home, or they own a home already, okay? Or that's like the dream they're aspiring to, and it's going to happen for them. They're like going to get that home. But this is also the type of person who would like to want to like live with their friends, okay? So that's what I'm saying, where they're probably gonna have some roommates here, or they're gonna live with their friends, and etc. But it's also someone whose work, they may be working hourly, and I say that because this would be like their 11th house. And when we have like the moon sort of in someone's 11th house, that's like someone who has an inconsistent workflow for their income. They have an inconsistent like I'm not saying they have an inconsistent job, because like you can have a job and, you know, work certain hours this week and work certain hours that week. All right. So it's basically saying that this person gets paid hourly. Okay. Or they may be self-made, and it depends on how many things they sell, or how many clients they sign up, or something like that, where their income is not set. It's not a salary based job that this person has. And I keep saying this person because I really do think for this year, guys, that you guys are really focusing your energy on one person. However, I do think this person is a good kind of match for you, because this person will get you to open up, and maybe you will learn to stop being so overly analytical. And I think you'll get to the point, because this is like your 9th house. This is like the house of you reaching some sort of enlightenment, some sort of clarity. And then we have the Ace of Swords there, which literally represents truth and clarity. And you're just like, oh my God, I see the light. So somewhere towards like the end of 2020, you're going to be like, oh my God, right. This person has been very clear with me. This person does have good intentions towards me. This person does like communicating me. We have a lot of the same sort of mental, I don't even know how to describe that, mental connection, mental vibrations, mental thoughts. It's like someone, when they think very similar to another person, a lot of times I get the Ace of Swords, like they have a similar mentality. So you both could be like Moon and Geminis. You could be both Moon and Libras. You could both be Moon and Scorpios. I don't know what it is. I'm mainly naming air signs because the Ace of Swords, but it could be really any moon sign. Okay. Like I said, you could be Moon in Scorpio. You could literally be Moon in Virgo. You could also actually be a Virgo rising with, this, Hermit card here, or just have Virgo sun or Virgo moon or something like that. Or you could also have like Leo moon or something, whatever. I'm just kind of giving examples, but really, that's not important. What's important here is like saying that you're going to reach a point of clarity where you realize people are actually being very clear with you, that there's no ulterior motive, that there's no kind of double entendre going on there. There's no other hidden meaning. And you're going to realize, oh, okay, so it is all right to trust this particular person, or either maybe several people. I think it's one particular person. And this person is being truthful with me, and they're being honest, and you're going to start to see this person in a different light, and you're going to like respect them a lot more, and you're going to kind of like being around them. It's a little bit different because like these cards aren't really like saying, okay, this is gonna be a full-blown romance, but it's not saying that it's like pulling you apart and there's arguments and there's distance. It's kind of just saying like you're not slowly. It's kind of like saying you guys are progressing and slowly moving closer together and starting to understand each other's form of communication. So I don't know if you guys are already interested in someone, then that's the case. But if you aren't interested in someone, then you're going to meet this person. To you, they're going to seem really mysterious. Then you're going to realize, oh no, they're just like a very, very, very upfront person. And you're going to be like, oh, okay, I like that. It's very direct, very honest. And I can see us potentially getting to know each other better. Okay, like I said, you got that hermit energy, so it's kind of like you're not quite ready to date, but you're a little bit curious, so you'll keep talking to this person. You'll keep because they're the ones going to be putting in that effort. So you're like, well, I mean, if they keep talking to me, you know, I might as well just keep talking back. So it's more like you may not even be fully invested and interested in your love life next year, or if you are, it's like you really just thinking about sorting out your own emotions, growing your own intuition, growing your own knowledge, growing your own mental strength. It's like a very positive year for you for self-reflection and self-growth. That's like the one thing that I'm seeing more clearly than anything else. Your love life, you're gonna have someone interested in you. Like I said, all the stuff I said before, you're gonna be like, all right, fine, I'll keep talking to this person, but I don't know how I feel about them yet. And that's gonna be basically your 2020. All right. So I hope that makes sense. Pile number 2. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me at Astro-Tarot Research. And if you've made it this far, please, please, please subscribe. And I just hope to see you guys next time. And I hope you enjoyed the reading. And remember, 2020 is just going to be a really good year for like, I don't know, you're just going to make a lot of revelations, a lot of mental clarity going on. That's all I see for this year, okay? Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye. Okay, if you've chosen pile number 3, let's get started on your reading on your love life for 2020, all right? So, this is you, the World, first house. Oh my gosh, what an amazing card to start off with. We have the Knight of Wands representing your 5th house. We have the 7 of Cups representing your 7th house. And we have the Queen of Cups representing your 9th house. So this is like the higher form of the 5th house, which would be like commitment, if you're wondering why I chose the 9th house. Like a actual government signed commitment, like a marriage contract or something like that. So what we have here is basically you being completely amazing. All right, so we have the World here, which is like someone who's super successful, someone who is well traveled or knows a lot about the world, someone who's been to maybe several different countries or states or environments, someone who may talk to a lot of people of different cultural backgrounds, someone who has a very broad perspective, someone who rather immerse themselves in things rather than take someone's word for what's going on. You know what I mean? Like if someone says this is a terrible movie, you're like, I'll see that for myself, okay? So in 2020, it's kind of like you experiencing a great a great deal of many things in your love life. You're having a lot of luck and a lot of success, and you're attracting a lot of people. When we have the 7 of Cups in the 7th house position, it's like saying you have an incredible amount of options available to you. So a lot of people will be attracted to you, and a lot of people will want to date you, okay, when we have the 7 of Cups in the 7th house position. It can also say that you're attracting people who are kind of like more dreamers, some people who are very like imaginative rather than people who are pragmatic. It's like saying you're attracting more of like an artistic type, especially when we have the Knight of Wands in the 5th house position. So you may have a very active, I don't know how to say this, I don't want to be like censored or anything. You may have a very active adult life. I don't know, I hope you guys get that, okay? You have a very active adult life, okay? You know, very like active covered regions, area, whatever. So it's like saying that's going to be 2020 is going to bring in that energy. So a lot of high passions in 2020. Also, what it's saying here is like you're just going to feel like this sense of fulfillment, and you're not going to want to make that commitment, all right? When we have the Queen of Cups in the 9th house position, which is like, oh, okay, I'm signing a contract, I'm getting married, or we're owning a house together, or I don't know, we're owning a dog together, some sort of commitment where you have to sign paperwork. It's like saying, yeah, you'll make that emotional commitment. You'll say, yeah, I'm with this person and I like being with this person, and you don't mind that if that happens, if you meet the right person. But it's kind of saying like, I don't really want to like be like, let's tighten the knot right now. Let's go to Vegas or something like that. You're like, I want everything to feel right. I want everything to, I want myself to be happy. I want myself to be comfortable. I want that, if I have that wedding, I want the wedding to be nice. I want my family to be there. Like you want all the right circumstances to line up. But so for you, 2020, you're like, I don't want that to happen unless you're already engaged. And then it's just like, well, everything's going to be flowing rather nicely for you if that's the case. Or if you're like, oh, I'm getting married this year, then it's like saying, yeah, your love life is going to go pretty well, and you both are going to enjoy and be happy about the commitment you made. You know what I mean? Like if you're already married or in a relationship, then it's like saying this is great. Also, like if you're already in a relationship and you get this on the 7th house, what it's saying is like your partner may feel like they have their head in the clouds a little bit. It's like saying they're more so paying attention to their own desires, which is not a bad thing, because when we have the Seven of Cups energy, it's like saying they're trying to figure out what they want, and they may need some time to do that, because they have a lot of options, a lot of ways to go, and a lot of ways they can progress creatively, and a lot of ways that you guys can go in this relationship, and they're really thinking about what kind of relationship they want. So they're spending that time, that reflection time, to think about how they want the relationship to be. So this is a good thing. Especially when we have like you as the world, for you it's not going to matter, because you're going to feel fulfilled within your own. You're going to feel like I have everything I need, like if you're already in a relationship. That's what I want to give for you. Like if you're already in a relationship, it's like super easy for me to read. It's going to be a great year, 2020. All right, you guys are going to have some great adult moments together, and your partner is going to be thinking about where they want to go in the relationship and how kind of relationship they want it to be. For the most part, they may be a little bit in their head, but they will be invested in the relationship, and they will have a very strong emotional commitment to you. So they won't want to be like cheating on you emotionally or something like that. But back to the singles, as I was saying before, you guys are going to meet a lot of various different characters, and they're going to come in hot, and they're going to come in quick, and it's probably going to be like right off the back 2020 you're going to meet somebody. Okay, now I don't know when. It could literally be New Year's Day that this stuff turns around and you're like, oh my god, I just met the perfect guy girl at this New Year's Eve party. Like, they gave me their number. I think we hit it off or something like that. And I'm not going to blame it on the goose. I'm not going to blame it on the henny or something like that. All right. It's just basically saying that you may meet have a connection with someone right off the bat of 2020, or just very early on in the year. But overall, like, you're going to get this cast of characters. It's just like, I don't even know how else to explain that. You're going to get people who come on to you very strongly, and it may seem to you like they aren't being serious at first, but they are, okay? They are being very serious towards you. They just kind of want things to go fast. It's because they're going to see you as like such a catch, especially when we have the world here. It's like, okay, this person has everything. This is like everything I could possibly want in a partner. Like, this person has, they're the whole package. Like, from their perspective, you're their seventh house, and you're represented by the world, which is like success, everything coming together. Like, and it's like saying, okay, a lot of people will see you as like that perfect person that they want to be with, and so they're going to try to get with you quickly to take you off the market, and you're going to be like, let me think about this, let me take my time, let me actually put the brakes on this, let's not go too fast. But you're going to feel like you've had like a whirlwind of crazy experiences coming out of 2020. You're going to feel like, okay, I've dated this type of person. I've dated someone super tall. I've dated someone really rich. I've dated someone super good looking. I've dated someone really athletic. I've dated someone really artistic. I've dated this type of person and that type of person. And for you, it's going to be, I don't know, it's gonna make you happy. You're going to like the dating. You're going to like the attention you get. You're going to like the compliments. You're going to like all the romance and all the passion, and you're gonna love it. Like, 2020 is gonna be like your year when it comes to dating. Now, I don't see it as meeting like a very special someone. What I'm picking up, like, for these readings, these are really general, obviously, and it's like saying for the whole vibe of the year, it's just basically to summarize, you have a lot of options available to you. A lot of people will see you as the whole package. A lot of people will try to, get with you because of that, and you may just really love the attention, and you may feel like very confident. You're going to be looking great. You're going to get your hair right, your nails right, whatever. If you're a guy, I don't know, maybe you have your beard shaped up, I don't know, whatever, you're just gonna look great, and you're going to feel like you have all these emotional you're going to feel like you have your emotional needs met. You're going to feel like it couldn't have been better. A lot of people will appreciate your inner beauty, your outer beauty. And things are going to pick up pace. You're going to have a very active love life in 2020. Your people are going to be like, oh my God, well, weren't you just on a date yesterday? Or are you going to date last week and this week too? And next week, the people are just going to, their heads are going to turn. They're going to be like, what? Where are you meeting all these people? How are you getting to all these people? Maybe you guys are joining apps. Maybe you guys are doing this this stuff in person. Maybe you guys are just like, you got it like that, so you could do whatever you could just, you know, do whatever, how you ever, apps, online, in person, out of person, friends, whatever. It's just saying that you are meeting some very interesting characters, okay? And these people are going to try to sweet talk you too, so be on the lookout for that. And they may be friends with a lot of F-boys, so be on the lookout for that. Like if you see their friend group and their friend group is like clowns, some people like clowns, be careful. You know, birds of a feather flock together. So for some of your options, they may come off that way. Not all of them, obviously, but some of them are going to be like that. Be like that way. Some of them may get a little jealous. Some of them are just going to be very animated and very creative and have like a really amazing date ideas, and they're like, let's go to cooking classes, let's do sip and paints. Those aren't really creative, but they're a little different. Let's do, I don't know, let's write in Mandarin or something like that. Let's do something. They're gonna want to do some interesting things. All right. So that is all I'm picking up for you, pile number 3. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I really do think that you guys are going to just have like this crazy whirlwind of a 2020. Like you're going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, I was dating this person, I did that. And oh my God, that person was so crazy. You're going to go out of that year having some stories, which you need to tell me about in the comments. So feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you made it this far. I know you love the channel. I know you can subscribe, and I got tons of other content for you to consume and come along the way. Don't forget to get a private reading, and prices will go up for that at the end of the year, so get that right now. And that is all I have for you, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. Pile number 4, if you've chosen this present, let's get started on your reading. So we have the 3 of Pentacles representing you as the first house. We have the 10 of Cups, oh my gosh, representing you for your 5th house. We have the Page of Cups representing your 7th house, and we have the 10 of Swords representing your 9th house. Okay, this reminds me kind of, I think it was of the first reading, where we had a page in the 7th house position. And the 7th house is kind of like people that you meet, people that you encounter, people that you would form a relationship with. And you're meeting people who are very flirtatious, very fun, very exciting, very romantic, very sweet, sentimental. However, when we have this 10 of Swords here, they can be a little bit, when it comes to communicating, I guess their desires and what they want, it can be either too much, or it may feel like this person is like a little bit closed off. Though I think it's a little too much, because with the Page of Cups personality, that's like someone who, they're usually not hot and cold. That's more like the Knight of Cups. This is more like they want to talk to you all the time. They want to be around you all the time. They want to be in your presence all the time. You know what I mean? Like some people really like that, like to be around each other all the time, all day, every day. That's just like their attachment style, their love style, okay? And that's like the Page of Cups, because the Page of Cups is like a kid. It's like that young energy. It's like, have you ever just like had like a baby, or like a niece or a nephew, or your own kid, and like when you walk away from them, they just start crying? And it's like, I mean, I don't think they're gonna actually start crying. Like, that is crazy. Hopefully you're dealing with adults, all right? So but they will feel like, don't go away, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna meet people who just won't want you to go away. They won't want you to leave their presence. They'll be a little bit, I don't know if needy or clingy is the right word, but it might be the right word. I don't know how else to describe that sort of behavior. It's like someone who just needs to be around someone a lot, needs to talk to them a lot, needs to have that I don't know, affection a lot. So you're going to meet a lot of people like that. A lot of people who you may feel like, oh, this person may need some mothering or something like that. Or like they may be like mama's boys, daddy's girls, like stuff like that. I'm not trying to like talk trash about the person. I'm just saying that people have different attachment styles. Some people like to spend every day with their significant others. Some people don't. And I think from your perspective, because we're getting the Ten of Swords as like higher commitment, for you, it's like saying when we have the Ten of Swords, you're like, I can't do this. Like, I'm over this. This is too much. Like, I can't commit this amount of time and energy and effort. I can't text this person all day or call this person all day. We have you represented by the Three of Pentacles. So something tells me this is like, has to do with work or school. For most of the year, you're going to be very concentrated on work and school. Otherwise, that would not come up for me in this reading. I know the Three of Pentacles can represent other things. However, like it's work, school, or hobbies. Okay, some sort of hobbies, some sort of side business, something, some sort of project. Whether that's like, oh, I'm dieting and that's my project, or oh, I'm gaining muscle and that's my diet, or diet, that's my project, or oh, I'm I don't know, it could be literally anything you invest your time and effort into creating, whether that's your physical body or that has to do with some sort of physical object or a company or something you're making, or you know what I mean, or design. It's like saying you want to focus on those things. And it's not that you don't want to love life, because you do want a happy, blooming, blossoming love life. It's just saying that that work or school or project is really going to take a lot of your time and attention, which is why you're going to feel like when it comes to either this person you're dating or multiple people that you're dating, you're going to like, this is a lot. Like I can't like do this. Okay. And so for you, like it could be like you guys go through periods where either they ghost you because they feel like they're not getting the attention that they need, or you may feel the need to just ghost them and just be like, I gotta pull back. I gotta do something about this. And I only say ghosting because we literally have like all these swords in this person's back. This person's dead. Okay. They might as well be a spirit. Okay. So, and then we have another 10 here, which is like, there will be aspects about like this sort of love bombing that you love, okay? Like you're going to be like, oh my God, I love the candy. I love the gifts. I love the jewelry. I love the, I don't know, sweet words. I love the compliments. I love the time together. I love, I don't know, looking into this person's eyes. But then it gets to the point where you're like, oh, actually, this is too much. Like, because we have the higher form of romance here, which is like 5 from 5, which is saying, okay, how can we bring this to the next level? Can we bring this to the next level? And that next level for you is like, ooh, maybe we should end it, okay? Maybe we should not do this because it's getting really complicated. I feel like it has to do with a lot of miscommunication, over-communication. It's usually over-communication. Or just a lot of feeling like, this is not what I want. I thought this is what made me happy, but it's not making me happy. I don't feel like I can deal with this in the long run. I don't feel like this is going where I want it to go, okay? But you will have some great, wonderful moments. Like, I feel like you're going to meet some very beautiful and lovely people. You're going to meet some people who just have some true and very genuine intentions. Like, these people, when they say they like you, they mean that they like you. When they say they want to date you, they mean that they want to date you. There is no sort of mischievous vibes going on here. When we have the Page of Cups, we have someone just like so open and innocent and naive, and you're going to meet a lot of people like that. Also similar to pile number 1, where I said, I think it was number 1, where the Page of Swords was on the 7th house. You're going to meet some people who don't have a lot of dating experience as well as that pile. So you're also going to meet people who may work for their family, and if they don't work for their family, then their family definitely has given them opportunities. It's kind of like, what's that called when you get an opportunity to work because of your family? Nepotism? Like, they're gonna get they may have gotten their job or their position or whatever school due to nepotism. It's like they have like a family history, background that they can be proud of. They have a lot of high achievers in their family, okay? Not only that, but because we have this 10 of Cups in your 5th house, for some of you guys, not all, it can represent like pregnancy or having children, something like that. So, you know, be on the lookout for some of you. It can also sort of feel like that you feel that when it comes to like the dating, the actual physical going on dates part, you kind of feel like, I don't mind, like, oh, I don't mind just like chilling at home. Like, this is like a Netflix and chill type of date when you got the 10 of Cups here. This is like someone who's like, I don't mind just kind of like being, I don't know, and you know, oh my God, I must have said something that I would have definitely got demonetized for. I don't mind being, I don't know, snuggled on the couch together, like something like that. But it's just a very chill energy. It's not very high maintenance. It's not up there. It's not crazy. It's not wild. It's just saying, hey, I'm meeting people who want to get to know me, who like me for me, who maybe they feel a little bit insecure. They just don't quite understand all the rules of dating. But it's just saying that they really want to spend that reflection time together. Not only that, oh my God, it just came to me and it just disappeared. Hold on, guys. Not only that, but it may also say that this person is usually a very quiet person, because when we have the 10 of Swords, that's like saying, I can't go on anymore. Like, I'm done. I'm tired. It's just like that last cry before you're like, oh, I'm dead. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? It's like saying this person doesn't really express themselves that much in communication wise. So they may feel like, oh, I've been limited, or they felt like, in the past they didn't have those means to express themselves. Like people kept shooting them down and been very harsh with them. Maybe this person that you're going with, or multiple people that you've gone with, have been rejected like rather harshly. Especially when we have this. So when they have someone who's like interested in them and giving attention, they want to give them their full attention back. All right. They just want to give it all, and they don't have those boundaries yet. Also, what this shows is that you are thinking long term. You're looking for that commitment. Okay. Now you may think like you're going to meet this person who's going to be so lovely, and honestly, this person is a very sweet person. I think you guys will just have different love languages, but you're gonna think this person is just so amazing, so great, and you're gonna realize certain aspects about this person that you need to change, or not you need to change, that you would like to be different in order for you guys to move forward. Now, I'm not saying this is ultimately like this is going to end, this is going to be over, and you're not going to meet anything special, and this is going nowhere. What I'm saying is like you're going to have to eventually address their style of communication, or address like how much time and effort and all that stuff and you guys put in together. But I really do think that you're meeting just like such a lovely, sweet person who can make you happy, make you laugh. I really see that coming for you in 2020. I just think that you're going to have to address how you guys communicate, and that's going to have to like change a little bit. Now, if you're already dating someone, then it's basically saying that communication with them is get to a point where you feel like this isn't working anymore, and you're going to make that effort to work together and change, which is like this 3 of Pentacles card. It's saying, hey, I'm working together with someone to build something new, build something different, to make something workable and complete. And I don't want to give up on this because I'm thinking of the long run, but if this doesn't change, I have to move on, because you have this standard that you've set for yourself, and you know what you believe. You don't want to have to be pessimistic, but at the same time, you have to be able to face reality. Like if certain things don't change, then you will need to move in a different direction. Okay? And that is all I'm getting for you. Pile number 4. I really do see like a wonderful, sort of amazing, a lot of romance here, a lot of cute moments going on, a lot of, Instagrammable moments that you guys will be having in 2020. So feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Astro_Tarot Research. And if you made it this far, like I said, subscribe. Oh my God, maybe you shouldn't subscribe because I can't speak. But subscribe anyway. And just follow something, okay? You guys, I'm tired. Let's just move on. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, pile number 5. Let's get started on your reading on your love life 2020. Ooh, geez, one wants to get started. We have the 7 of Swords for you. We have the 8 of Cups for your 5th house. We have the 8 of Swords for your 7th house. And we have the 4 of Cups for your 9th house. So, honestly, the message for this is very clear for me. In 2020, I'll say most of you are going to be single just because we have the 7 of Swords, which represents someone being a lone wolf. And for your 5th house, we have the 8 of Cups. And we all know the 8 of Cups is about leaving things behind, moving on, dealing with, something better, dealing with other things that you may find more exciting, letting go of things that no longer serve you. So in 2020, you're going to feel like your love life isn't really doing much for you, okay? It's not really giving you any sort of sense of satisfaction, and maybe it hasn't been for a while, or maybe you feel like that you have been through a lot. Like maybe you feel like you've dated a few people, or maybe you feel like you've had interest in a few people. You've had a lot of different crushes. You've, I don't know, maybe been through several different relationships, several different dates, whatever the case may be, hookups or whatever experiences. You're going to feel like, I don't want the same thing anymore. I don't want that same pattern to persist. And something about your love life in 2020, you're just not going to be interested that much in that area, okay? That's what I'm getting from the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is like you're leaving behind things that no longer interest you. You're just like, I'm not interested in repeating that. I'm not interested in going through that. I'm not interested in dealing with that right now. And so it kind of, to me, comes off as you just guys kind of like abandoning your love life and being like, okay, this area of my life is not bringing me any fulfillment, so I'm not going to bother with it for now. And then for their 7th house, which is like the kind of people who you would be dating or who would be interested in you, etc. It looks like the people around you, I don't know, maybe they find you very intimidating or something, but we have the 8 of Swords, which is kind of like someone not coming forward. Whenever I get this whenever I get this card in a love reading, it's like someone saying that they can't fully express themselves. So they feel like with you, they when you guys are alone, because it may be just like one person likes you, maybe a few different people like you. I would say maybe there's a few, just because when we come from the 8 of Cups, we're coming out of the 7 of Cups energy. Oh my God, I just got a revelation about something. So a lot of times, I was going to say my revelation, a lot of times I got the 8 of Cups representing someone being like super attractive a lot. Like I just get that card and I was like, why do I get that card? And I just realized, oh, it comes out of the 7 of Cups, which is someone who has a lot of options. Obviously, someone who has a lot of options can leave a few things behind, you know what I mean, without any problems. And I just realized that, okay? So that's why usually people who are good looking have a lot of options. But basically, in this case, that's not that's not like completely relevant to this. Not saying that you guys aren't really good looking. You probably are if you got like the Ace of Cups coming up in your reading. You probably do have a lot of options available to you. But you're just like, it's not giving you that sense of peace. It's not giving you that happiness. It's not making you excited. You're not interested, okay? But as I was saying, with the 8 of Swords, it's like someone around you, or maybe even a few different people around you, are very interested, but they kind of feel like you're not interested in them. So they're like, what's the point of even saying anything? They don't think that their confession will be received well. They feel like they'll be rejected rather harshly, or maybe things won't go their way, or they feel like you just won't reciprocate those feelings. And given that you have that 7 of Swords energy representing you, more than likely you won't. You'll feel like there's other things out there for you, other places you can go, other people you can talk to, other people you can experience. Now, these people are probably in your close vicinity, because when we have the Eight of Swords representing the 7th house, it's kind of like saying this person is not going very far. I mean, they're blindfolded, they feel trapped, they feel confined. So this person is very close to you in your environment, whether that's like at work, school, projects, whatever. This person or persons are very close to you. Okay, this isn't like a long distance, like someone's longing from you from far away. This is like, no, you probably see this person quite often. You probably see them in your day-to-day. Maybe you see them on your commutes, because this is like an air sign energy. Maybe you see them in your neighborhood, because we do have some cups in here. It's mixed with the air signs. Also, when we have eights, we do have a sense of material world and spiritual world coming together and trying to find a balance. So I don't know, maybe you guys see this person out and about, and I say that because like at places, like at bars, technically that's like a very 12th house thing, because you're taking your mind, and maybe not in the best way, but you're taking it into a realm where it is a bit nonsensical, especially if you're drinking or you're, you know, smoking something. Okay, it's like you're taking your physical body and you're pulling it outside of itself. You're taking it outside of itself. So that's why I mentioned that it could be someplace you see if you go to places like that, or if you go to, like, I know in this area they have a lot of, you know, like smoke parties and stuff, because it's like, you know, it's legal here, so they'll have that. So if you go to stuff like that, then this would be like, oh, I see this person here. That's the only reason why I mentioned that. So when we have the Four of Cups sort of representing you, and your sort of higher position when it comes to that commitment, that let's take this to the next level, you're kind of like, I don't think so. There's really no one I'm interested in. And not only that, when we have the Four of Cups here, we obviously have someone who is been given some sort of opportunity, or some sort of, I don't know. So I don't know another word for that, but they've been given an opportunity for something or for someone. So you'll be given an opportunity to be with someone, which is just kind of reaffirming this Eight of Swords energy and this Eight of Cups energy. It's saying that you have people interested in you. You are a very attractive person. You are someone who people would love to get a chance to know, get a chance to be with. But it's like in 2020, you'll be like, none of these people are what I want. None of these people are, I feel like they're worth the effort. These people I'm not connecting with. I'm not feeling any sort of spiritual connection. I'm not feeling a physical connection. I'm not feeling a mental connection. Like, you just like, you're like, I'm not getting it. Like, for you, it's just like, I'm not reaching those people that I want to reach. And I feel like it's really not a you thing. Like, it's like when we have the Eight of Swords, it's like you are encountering people who aren't confident within themselves, okay? They feel like your energy is very fleeting, and they feel like even if they try to sort of make a move or something, you just be like, okay, well, I don't know, see you next week. I got things to do, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, they just kind of feel like you are so hard to reach. But it's really nothing to do. Well, I wouldn't say it has zero to do with you. This reading is about you guys, but it's mainly to do with the other people, because other people just seem to be like intimidated or shy around you, and so they're not making a move. And so there's no way that you could possibly know. These people are trying to make sure that their feelings are hidden, and though they will obviously make subtle hints, they aren't going to say anything outright. So when we have the Seven of Swords here, we also have someone who you kind of feel better just spending that time away from like that nervous energy, okay? Like, this is them over here, like kind of trapped and shy and not feeling that confident, and this is you being like, like, I don't really want to deal with that. Like, you don't want that kind of energy in your love life. So I want to give you guys this sounds like I'm being negative. Like, I just don't want to be negative or anything like all the time. It sounds like you guys are going to have like a bad 2020 or something in your love life. It's not bad at all. It's just like more reflection time, more spiritual growth, like I said, more material growth, because we got the 2 8s. And so for you, you'll be doing a good job at balancing your spiritual happiness as well as your happiness, like being able to accomplish your goals, being able to make whatever financial goals you have, having good times with your friends. I have a feeling that this year is mainly just a year kind of about reflection, because when we have the 7th here, we have time to think for ourselves, time to reflect on our actions. It can also be like we're getting feedback from others on how we come off to them, not necessarily how you are as a person, but this is how you may be coming off to them. This is how they're perceiving you. So when we have that 7 energy, it's like you're getting feedback, you're getting people's thoughts about you, people what they think of you, how they feel about you, and you'll be kind of like taking everything on all in and reevaluating. Because when we have you in this 9th house, this 4 of Cups in this 9th house position, it's like you're spending that time to really go in deep with yourself and think about, okay, what can I do to reach this fulfillment? How can I change my love life so that it is giving me happiness, so that I am feeling my best, so that I am attracting people that I want to be with, so that I am, manifesting my own destiny, being in control, understanding what it is that makes me tick, what makes me smile, what makes me mad. You know what I mean? Like, you're just looking at the broader picture of everything in 2020. And I kind of feel like normally when we have like that 7, 8 energy, it's kind of like I said, it's reflection, and it has to do with like, okay, I'm going to focus on myself, my work, and all that stuff like I just mentioned before. It's less about like saying, oh, I want to focus on my love life and getting together with people. I think you'll spend a lot more time with friends, even more so time to yourself. Not only that, but I do want to mention that it is possible that one of your friends may move away this year. So I just want to mention that for this pile in particular, just because we have this 8 of Cups in the 5th house, and 5th house sometimes represents friendships, especially when we have this 8 of Swords energy. It's like saying your friends are being pulled away from you and you feel like there's nothing you can do about it. So that's for some people. It doesn't have to be all at all. So like I said, this is going to be a good year, mainly just kind of like deciding how you can change your love life to manifest something great and better. And as a result, you're going to end up working on yourself and getting rid of any insecurities that you have, and recognizing your own value and your own options, as well as seeing what it is that's around you, seeing what you can accomplish, seeing what you can get, seeing who you can connect with. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you. It's just gonna be more of a epiphany year. Like, you're gonna have a lot of epiphanies about like, oh, okay, so this is how I get to date people like this, or oh, this is the patterns this is the patterns. Okay, I can't say it. These are the patterns these are the patterns that I follow. These are the ones that I want to leave behind. These are the ones that are good. These are the ones that, are neutral, don't really do anything, whatever. It's just you coming through all these conclusions about your love life and moving to a higher place, because the next card after the 8 of Cups is the 9 of Cups. So we know in 2021 is going to be amazing in terms of like getting what you want. Okay, so we know that's coming. It's just that in 2020, you got to go through all this reflection stuff first. All right. So that is all I have for you, pile number 5. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me at Astro_Tarot Research. And thank you guys for watching. It means a lot to me. And I hope that I can see you guys next time. And don't forget to subscribe, because if you've made it this far, you know you like the video. So subscribe. Thank you. And then there was 6. So let's get started on your love prediction for 2020, pile number 6. Ooh, we got the Ace of Cups. Oh my God, some of these cards were so reflective and getting so deep. I was like, man, can somebody just, you know, get some loving in here? It looks like pile number 6 is going to be that card. We have the Fool for the 5th house, the 2 of Pentacles for the 7th house, and we have the Queen of Wands for the 9th house. My brain just blanked for a second. Oh my goodness. So if you're in a relationship, things are going to be renewed. You guys are going to still fluffy and lovey-dovey and just really love each other. And there's going to be some I would say like busy times, like your schedules may change a little bit, but you guys are just going to be like excited to see each other every day. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, we're moving in the right direction. I can't wait to make that next step. And you guys may be making that next step, whether that's marriage, whether that's like moving in together, whatever you guys consider that next step. I kind of feel like that you guys will be making it in 2020, with the with the Fool in the 5th house. Like I said, it could be, the Fool represents children. 5th house kind of represents children too. So if you guys are looking to have kids, it can possibly mean that. But if you're not looking to have kids, then this is probably just saying that you guys are just going to liven things up, keep things fresh, be real cutesy with each other, and maybe get back to your roots, get back to that passion, because sometimes couples get stuck in a rut, and this is you guys being like, nah, let's switch that up. Let's try something different. Okay, so now on to my singles. I love doing singles. If you don't know, like, relationships are so easy for me to like just kind of be like, yeah, this is good, blah 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 blah. Pretty much how it's gonna go. Maybe it'll dive in deeper, but I'll dive in deeper someday. But I just love my singles. All right. So when we have the Ace of Cups here being you, that's you over here with the fresh fit, looking cute, and people being like, oh wow, she's really glowing up, or he's really like looking good. You know what I mean? That's you over here, and people are gonna see you as just like this sweet person. They're gonna see you as someone who is very dateable. I don't know what that means, but just people will be like, oh yeah, I can definitely see that person going on lots of dates. Like some people you can picture, you can't picture them like kind of like dating anyone or like being with anyone. People will be like, oh no, like this person clearly has tons of admirers. This person clearly lots of people like, all right, something like that. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles here. So you guys may be the players on this pile. You guys may be juggling more than one option. You may be like, okay, well, I kind of like this guy. I kind of like this girl. I kind of like this girl. I kind of like this girl. I like this guy. I kind of like this guy. It's like whatever you're into. It's like saying, okay, I have more than one option here that I may be juggling and going back and forth. Or it's what it's saying is that you may have somebody in your life who you're interested in, that there may be some distance between. Or another thing is it's saying is that you may feel like your love life in 2020 is going to be up, then it's going to go down, and then it's going to go up and down. It's going to be like this roller coaster of emotions going through you in 2020. There's just 3 possible interpretations with this card here. But what I really do see here is, for some of you, it really does represent distance, because whenever I have the Fool and the 2 of Pentacles in one reading, that's like distance, okay, for some people. Now, for other people, what it's saying is that you are going to meet some new people who are going to be like very funny and very exciting. These are people who are very easygoing. These are people who want commitment, okay? These people want to make that higher commitment to you, even though they'll seem like kind of like jokester characters. They'll seem like very silly. They seem like they aren't being very mature. They're like, no, they're just kidding around with that. They have this like very serious nature to them. We're like, no, they're like, let's actually make this a thing. Let's actually be in a relationship. So pile number 6, you guys, out of all the piles, have the most potential to probably enter a relationship in 2020. It's just really up to you, because you guys are like, you got a lot going on. All right. So when we have the Fool representing your 5th house, you are going to be dating some eccentric characters. It's kind of like if Uranus was transiting your Venus. It's like saying a lot of people who are unusual or different from your normal type are interested in you, or you'll be interested in. So let's say you normally date like younger guys. Well, then this time you're going to start dating older guys. Or if you like dating older guys, then you'll start dating younger guys. Or if you like dating super tall guys, maybe you start dating guys who are shorter. Or maybe you start dating guys who are medium height. Or maybe you start dating guys of different races, different backgrounds, different cultural things. Like, people will literally look at the people you're dating and being like, do you have a type? I'm confused. All right. So a lot of things I also see with the Fool here in the 5th house position is quite often it has that Uranus energy, which is like age differences. And not only that, but it has that Uranus energy, which is like you're with someone and then all of a sudden you're not. And then you're dating someone and then now you're dating someone else. It's just like these sudden changes that you'll go through, which is what I said before at the beginning of the reading, where it could be like, oh my God, part of 2020 is like, oh my God, we're doing this now. And we're in this crazy, I don't know, dating phase where we're going to laser tag and I'm meeting their parents, and then all of a sudden we're not doing that anymore, and now I'm dating this guy from Spain, and oh my gosh, and he's like this billionaire, and my goodness, or it's probably not like that crazy, but like it'll seem very spontaneous and like out of the box to you. Okay, it'll seem like, whoa, where did this come from? Like, I never experienced this before. I was never into this type before, or I was never going this route before. But now all of a sudden, things are just like, whoa, like coming out of nowhere. And then when also we have the Fool in the 5th house position, you will be meeting people just spontaneously. Like, it'll just seem the most awkward, unusual situations are the situations that'll feel like, just so sudden. It'll just seem like they just came out of nowhere. Like, you were in this rut period for so long, and then all of a sudden, boom, you meet someone at the dry cleaners or something like that. It's just, Uranus has this very spontaneous energy, and it always kind of represents like it's bringing in surprises. Like, surprise, now you're engaged. You know what I mean? Like, it could mean like you guys may or may not get engaged. It really depends. Normally, you guys know I don't just say, oh, you're going to get engaged. But this is just when you have that Uranus energy. I don't know how to describe it other than how I'm describing it now. It's so spontaneous and it's so unpredictable. Okay? Which is why I think you're going to get these 2 of Pentacles energy people. Like, these people will kind of be like, one day they're flying to, I don't know, Italy, and the next day they're going to Nigeria, and then the day after that they're going to the Philippines, and then all of a sudden they're coming back to you, and now you get to see them and hang out with them, and they've got these crazy stories to tell about the time they were traveling, and they want to take you with them, and you know, it's just going to seem like a whirlwind to like especially your friends, my goodness. And not only that, but we have their friends probably being from a different maybe social group than you, or a different ethnic background. Like, I don't know how else to explain. Like, their friends could be far away, their family and stuff could be far away. They could actually make a good amount of money too, because when we have Uranus, which this would be like their 11th house, it's like in its natural placement, and which is Aquarius, and Aquarius kind of represents gains from work. So this is kind of saying that they naturally get those gains from work. They don't really have to think too much about it. It just comes to them because they have this huge network of people. So you're dating people who are very sociable and have a lot of friends and know a lot of important people as well. And when we have the Queen of Wands, we have you being like, wow, I just want to get wrapped up in all this excitement. Like, you'll be loving your love life in 2020. Queen of Wands here is like saying you'll be ready to make that commitment. Like I said, I don't know if this is like we're getting engaged all of a sudden, if we're going to Vegas all of a sudden, if this is like just basically saying that you're just caught up in the excitement and you feel very happy, and you feel like that you're just in this creative move, and you feel like you're just living a movie or something like that. It could possibly just mean that you have this renewed sense of optimism when it comes to your dating, and something that you may have not experienced before. Things will just seem so fun, so easygoing, so free-flowing in 2020. I really see that coming for you. You're going to be like this really confident, amazing man or woman. It's just saying that you will have this renewed belief in yourself, and you won't like doubt yourself. You won't be like, oh, nobody wants me, I'm gonna be alone forever. You're like, no, people clearly want me. I can get who I want to get. I can be with who I want to be with. I can be the person I want to be, and I can live the life I want to live. Like, the people you're meeting are really kind of like bringing in that hope for you, bringing that uplifting energy, bringing in this wave of fiery passion in you, and you're also going to just feel inspired creatively. Just in general, I just want to say that just because we have so many cards indicating creative energy here. Not only that, but their way of communicating with you will be very direct. So you just can't misinterpret what they're saying. Unlike me. What is going on? I can't speak today. You can't misinterpret what they're saying because they're going to be so direct and upfront with you. You're just going to be like blown away and be like, whoa, this is new. We don't got to play games anymore. We don't got to like go back and forth and who's texting who and who's calling who. They're like, nah, like, I'm interested in you. I'm letting you know I'm interested in you. I'm not really playing games, okay? Like, that's the type of people you're going to be dealing with in 2020. Honestly, this is the pile I am most excited for, because you guys are going to have such interesting love lives. I feel like you guys are going to look back and be like later on and be like, what was that year even? Like, what was going on there? But yeah, I just see so much good energy coming in for you, pile number 6. So I don't know how to expand on this further. Just look for some craziness coming your way. All right. So feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me at Astro_Tarot Research on Instagram. And as always, I do private readings. And if you made it this far, I know you want to subscribe. So just subscribe and you'll see all the amazing readings I'm having next. You guys can't miss out on the 2020 general prediction. That's just going to be amazing. So I will see you guys next time, and bye.